And
I believe with the advent of acid, we discovered a new way to think. And it had to do with piecing together new thoughts in your mind. Why is it that people think it's so evil? What is it about it that scares people so deeply? And what is it? Because they're afraid that there's more to reality than they have confronted. That there are doors that they're afraid to go in, and they don't want us to go in there either, because if we go in, we might learn something that they don't know, and that makes us a little out of their control.
huh. Hey, dear Geo and Sun Wizard, how you doing? I guess I am here today. How's your day going? Any plans for the weekend? How was your week? Man, I have been watching this documentary. It's a slightly older one. I think it's from last year, called The Garden, Commune or Cult. Oh, you're making a painting for John Waters? Oh, that's excellent. I love John Waters. Yeah, so yeah, like The Garden, Commune or Cult. And fucking it's kind of interesting. I haven't watched the whole thing because it's a series, but it's about a quote unquote anarchist collective. And so it's obviously it's filled with a bunch of white people. And this one, like, Indian girl arrives. A red dot, not woo woo. And they all hate her, like, kind of instantly. And I was like, yeah, so the first identifiably not white person that they run into, they all have a problem with. Oh, yeah, that's about right. That's about fucking right. You know, Jesus. And like their leader is really super paranoid. He believes that she's like an FBI spy. And I'm like, the girl with the face tattoos and the fake boobs is an FBI plant? What? Why wouldn't they send a white person? Whether they did not have enough of them in that FBI? You got to be kidding me. And it just goes on. And they also follow like a couple of people who are new arrivals to the commune or cult. And it is just a cavalcade of toxic masculinity that is both annoying, alarming, and sad. So, three things. Simultaneously annoying, alarming, and sad. It's like, I gotta learn to be a man again by joining this commune and living off the land. And I'm like, are you fucking shitting me? Are you fucking shitting me? You ain't gonna be more of a man. Stop it. Fucking stop it. And this one guy, like, so we're following these two dudes. We're following these two dudes. One of them's like an ex-army dude, and he's dating a private this private investigator girl who's, you know, tattooed, kind of cool, and she's looking for a woman to add to the relationship. And I'm like, motherfucker, what do you got to prove your manhood for anymore? You're living the dream. You are living the dream. You know, you're married to a woman who is like, hey, you know what? We need another pair of tits and a vagina in this. That sounds like the life. Why would you then be like, oh no, I gotta go out and prep for the apocalypse? Fuck the apocalypse. Fuck that shit. And the other guy, he really believes in the end times. But the problem is, he's fat and lazy. But he's got to get his manhood back. And I'm like, motherfucker, who cares? You know, all this shit about like manhood and going wild and all that crap. And I'm like, who the fuck cares? Why do you care? Why do any of you care? You know? To the one guy, I'm like, oh, was paradise just too not good enough for you? Was the sky the wrong shade of pink? That's Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy reference. And the other dude was like, motherfucker, I don't think you could live a mile away from a buffet line, let alone, like, away from civilization. There's a point at which you gotta look at yourself and be realistic about what you hope to achieve. It's so weird. And they eventually kick the Indian girl out, you know, with one of their council meetings, which is just an excuse to like fucking bully this girl. Which was insane. On the one hand, she was like a real, like, hippy dippy, white lighty kind of witchy poo person. Like, she would definitely like send you a DM on TikTok and offer to read your cards. But fucking everyone else is just like a hippie granola asshole. And like even her best friend, her quote unquote best friend, fucking threw her under the bus. And then they're all hugging and saying, we're so sorry. We're so sorry for throwing you out? Fuck you. It's a reality TV show or something? Well, it feels like that. It's supposed to be a documentary, but it feels like a reality show half the time. Yeah, this is the documentary I was talking about on Blue Sky. It's called The Garden, Commune or Cult. And I'm just sort of like, I don't know about commune or cult, but it's a bunch of fucknuts. I'll tell you that. I'll fucking tell you that. Like, and one of the things that was really obviously the problem with the Indian girl was she had a habit of of making things about her, which, okay, little annoying. But I'm like, well, what else is she adding, bro? Like, that's what you need to be looking at. And you can tell it's all because this one guy is upset that she could upstage him because she's pretty. You know, she had a fucking personality and could upstage him. That's why he's upset. You know, so he gangs up with her on her with his wife and this fucking Karen. This is on HBO Max. And like, there's this other guy who's like one of the founding members of the commune, who comes from like the Rainbow Family Coalition, which look that shit up. You know, we're talking about this documentary series called The Garden, Commune or Cult. And I gotta be honest, usually communes are just cults that are run by committee. You know, that's how I feel about it. But like, so we got like a couple of things that are like really interesting. We got the guy from the Rainbow Family Coalition, which is like, okay, that's sketch right there. You know, like I said, look him up. Um, and if you're like, wait, wasn't it the name of Jim Jones's fucking people? It's like not quite, but you're heading in the right direction. So odd. And then you've got this obviously malignant narcissist who's also paranoid as all fuck. So he's perfect cult leader. Then you got white people racism. And then you've got like these guys trying to reclaim their manhood. And I'm like, this is not a community. This is a reality show. You know? And I suppose I am lucky. I live in a way where I don't have to question my masculinity. You know, and I'll admit, that's kind of nice. But like, I didn't have to join the military. I don't go to the gym regularly or at all. I don't listen to self-help gurus. Yeah, Jay Tilton. I grew up in the Ozarks. Part of the documentary is set in the Ozarks. Didn't prep for the end times. I prepped for bad weather and power grid going down for a few days. Yeah. That's what you prep for. But you don't need to leave the relative civilization to do that. You just have to have a need to do it. You know, you didn't have to go, hey, let's go pretend to be Grizzly Adams in middle age. I don't know. I don't know, man. Like, some people's quest for masculinity makes no sense to me. Then why do I have those washboard abs? Bless you. I think it's an optical illusion. Yeah. Yeah, it's really weird. It's like men question their masculinity way more than women question their femininity. Yeah, and some guys really need help because I'm like, no, you don't need to go on a camping trip. You need therapy. You know. Yeah, well, I get the feel. Yeah, I think some of them do need hobbies. You know, but like there's this thing in their head that just tells them they're not masculine enough. And I'm just sort of like, who gives a shit? Me being more masculine doesn't get me any closer to anything I really want in this world. Excuse me. So in Wizards, like, I think masculinity in our culture is designed to be like this. I would agree. I would fucking agree because, like, this is ridiculous. Oh, we need to get back to nature and, like, be like our ancestors. Fuck that. They had a 50% mortality rate. I don't like those odds. Fuck that. Oh, but what about the end times? What if civilization collapses? Well, until then, I'm going to be somewhere where there's air conditioning and refrigeration. Peace. Yeah, I'm just like, peace out. You know, I don't need this shit. Although it is kind of funny, like, I do know one thing. There are some people that just can't help themselves. They have to climb social ladders. And they're really irritating. They're very irritating. You watch a documentary on Father Yod? Not familiar. Looking at pictures, and I'm seeing a lot of mostly white people, led by a white guy who dresses like an Indian guy. That's about right. That seems about right. If you can grow a lot of facial hair and get old, you can impersonate a Hindu dude. Sometimes I think about being a cult leader because being a cult leader would get me a lot of things I would want in life. However, it also comes with all of these fucking... It also comes with all this fucking bullshit I don't want to deal with. Like having to deal with cultists and their fucking problems. Like having to be a spiritual leader 24/7. You know, trying to make sure that everything you fucking say sounds like it has some sort of fucking meaning to it. God damn. That's annoying. You know, I would just immediately start seeing, I don't know, figure your shit out. Figure your shit out, Holmes. Well, I don't have cult leader powers, because to have cult leader powers, I have to have a cult. And I think in order to have a cult, you have to enjoy manipulating people. Which I don't. I don't enjoy it. I find it irritating. As well as morally odious. You know, and apparently you gotta have a lot of wives. I got my hands full with just one. You know what I mean? One husband-wife relationship is like that takes up a lot of my time. You know what I mean? Know what I'm talking about? Like, at best, I can be that weird shaman that lives alone that people come to occasionally. And then I'd still be irritated. What are you coming to me for? Well, we want to learn the secrets of the universe. I don't fucking know, man. Like, get high, talk to the spirits, and leave me alone. You know? Leave me alone with your fucking questions and your bullshit. Yeah, cults are generally made to sexually groom kids. That's a real common one. But here's the thing. I've noted, like, you know, best way to do that is to say that your cult follows Jesus. Yeah, neighborhood shaman just be like, fuck you. Go away, kid. You bother me, you know. Let me know when you got a demon possession that needs taken care of, you know. Until that, fuck off, you know. Yeah, I couldn't be a priest because I couldn't, like, do that shit all the time. I just could not do it all the time. You know, plus I don't think I have enough of a gaping hole in my soul to be able to really, really pull off the whole cult leader thing. Jack Shen has a ring to it. Hey, Shen, get over here. Oh, what the fuck do you want? Do I need to exercise a demon or something? No, we were wondering what the meaning of life was. Oh, fucking God. Why you keep calling on me? I live like a mile in the woods by myself because I'm tired of dealing with people. Tired of bullshit. You know, it'd be all white people too. That'd be the other thing. Hey, Jack, it's a hypothetical question. If you walk into your room and saw a baby elephant sleeping on your bed, what would you do? Get a new bed.
Remember your past, live in present and reach for the future.
Excuse me. You can't set bashy demons. How about summon an army of demons and then the world? Well, that kind of comes under the whole why I'm not a cult leader thing. It's a baby elephant hiding under the covers. That's still probably bigger than my bed, so I'm going to need a new one. The next thing I would do is I would pray it hadn't already shit somewhere in the room. After that, I might take it as a blessing. Maybe call animal control and go like, yo, I don't know what to do, man. Baby elephant sleeping on my bed. I don't know how it got in, let alone how I'm going to get it out. Because I can't feed or care for a baby elephant. You know. I don't know if you noticed, but I am not an elephant myself. It's just a big dog, Jack. Well, how big we talking? Remember my roommate horror guru? He's not an elephant. He's a big guy, but he's not elephant big. Jesus, people. No need to be mean. Man, you know what? Is Clifford a kaiju? Ooh. 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 See, how big does he get? I don't know if he's quite kaiju sized. I mean, he's big, definitely. But, like, he ain't stepping on buildings big. He can still get inside a house. Unless that's not his final form. But I always got the feeling that Clifford was like an adult dog. Like, I feel like to be a kaiju, you have to at least be able to step on a house. Oh, is Paul Bunyan a kaiju? Ooh. Possibly. Possibly. That big blue ox most likely would be. Nah, Monopoly House don't count. Yeah, Paul Bunyan would be considered a giant. But what about Babe the Big Blue Ox? I think he might be a kaiju. He or she might be a kaiju, the Big Blue Ox. 50-foot woman. Yeah. Definitely a giant. Unless there's a rule that a kaiju has to be less human. You know? Alright, I'll be right back.
The ekpyrotic process begins far in the indefinite past with a pair of flat, empty brains sitting parallel to each other in a warped five-dimensional space. The two brains, which form the walls of the fifth dimension, could have popped out of nothingness.
All right, double checked with people in the front room about Clifford's kaiju status. And it seems that he does technically qualify. You know, because he's bright red, which is weird. And he's and he's rather large. He's pretty big. Maybe not like Godzilla big, but like, you know, still big. So yeah, I'm willing to agree that Clifford's a kaiju. Just a very small one. Okay. Get some Transformers. Could a werewolf turn a giant into a werewolf? Ooh. I don't know. There would have to be research done on that. Yeah, we would definitely have to research that one. Let's see, how fast can I transform this thing now? Come on. There's two parts to this. Don't do this. There we go. There we go. Dun, dun. Are there giants in Babylon? Kinda. There are the Jotun. They're not player characters. They are instead strange wilderness godlike monsters. You are not necessarily intended to fight them. Because they are big and terrifying. And is this Soundwave? It is. Ah. I gotta put him down here so I can take his arms out. There he is, Soundwave. You stand on my desk for a bit, Soundwave. Sit there looking cool. Maybe pose him dramatically. Whoops. Yep. Yep. AVGN had Guar on the latest episode? Oh shit. We might need to check that out. Here's something that the Soundwave could do. He can give you the finger. Shut on shitty. Okay, let's check this out. Have you? Okay, let's check this out. Come on.
Ever searched and searched on streaming platforms for a movie and couldn't find it anywhere? It's more annoying than not being able to find that one VHS tape or video game that you've been dying to add to your collection. ExpressVPN takes the frustration out of a closed door. You can pick a choice for any VPN. Cinema is a Mario Paint Super Nintendo video game cartridge and the Super Nintendo mouse. I'm so glad scanning the QR code on screen or using my link expressvpn.com/cinemassacre in the description below.
Mario Paint with Guar?
Hi there, I'm so glad you can join us today. Today I'm going to show you a nice painting you can make all on your own. All you need is a Mario Paint Super Nintendo video game cartridge and the Super Nintendo mouse. I'm going to start off by running the colors across the screen here. You got puke green, diarrhea sienna, midnight crap, piss yellow, and alizarin ass. I'm going to grab the brush tool and start with the sky. Yeah, just like that. Oh, it's a little hard to control. Going to use the pen tool for the mountains. Well, that's a little bit ass. But remember, in your world, there's no mistakes, only happy accidents. Going to use the airbrush tool to fill in some details on the mountains. Fuck. That's okay. Well, might not be the nicest mountains, but at least you don't got to clean the brush. Though I do wish I could beat the devil out of this fucker right about now. Now we're going to add a happy little tree and give him a friend. Yeah. I know these are some sorry-ass trees, but oh well. Yeah, I'm just going to use the stamp tool to add some Mario characters. And, well, that sure looks shitty. You know what? Fuck this thing. Ah! Back in the day, paint programs were, how do we say, not very advanced. On computers, there was Microsoft Paint, amongst many others, but on a game console, this kind of thing was virtually unheard of at the time. Mario Paint came out in '92, and it was actually pretty groundbreaking. Before this, there was Art Alive on Sega Genesis, and if you really want to dig deep, there was Videomation on NES. Believe it or not, Color a Dinosaur came out later. Oh boy, all you do in that game is, well, color dinosaurs. Yeah, definitely prehistoric as far as gaming technology is concerned. Mario Paint came in an extra large box and included a mouse with its own hard plastic mouse pad. I can't say I've played many Super Nintendo games using the mouse, no more often than I've played with St. Bernard feces on a sheet of specific limestone from the Scottish Highlands. So, needless to say, it's a unique experience. Nintendo knew how to brand the Mario franchise to its fullest. They did a great job making it stand out from other drawing programs, and it all starts with an interactive title screen. At first glance, it's just Mario running by on a loop, but if you click the letters, they each do something cool. The A drops down. Let's see if I can hit Mario. Ah, missed! Alright, come on, you little meatball motherfucker. Yeah! And for instance, the O explodes. Boom! And the I makes the screen shake. It's tripping me out! This kind of interactivity led to other title screens like Mario 64, where you can mess with Mario's face. This was almost as fun as the actual game. Also, there happens to be some Genesis games like Vector Man, where you can mess with the Sega logo. But anyway, once you've had enough fun with the title, you're ready to paint.
Whoa!
Many different brush types, many different sizes, many tools for making shapes. And what's really fun, at the top of the screen, there's all kinds of stamps, some of which are Mario characters, and a bunch of other wacky stuff. But the really cool thing is that you can make your own custom stamps and even combine them to make larger sprites. Nintendo Power even had a strategy guide that gave you all kinds of suggestions. You have some options. You can start with an empty canvas, or you could load up the coloring book. There's only a few pre-made drawings. There's a scene with Mario and Yoshi, but the rest are hilariously generic. An underwater scene? A birthday cake? A bunch of animals? They couldn't come up with anything better than this? But hey, I've gotten countless hours of fun out of it. Who doesn't love defacing Mario and Yoshi? And that brings me to the animation tool.
Say I want Yoshi to vomit on the mushroom. Yeah, you can only animate one little section of the drawing as a separate layer on a loop, and with only the options of 4, 6, or 9 frames. Got that? It's very limited, but as a kid, this was a godsend, as it was the only way I had access to do
Oh,
any type of
Yogi.
animation, period.
Hey, Yogi,
Sad
do you
to
want to
say,
come
but
on? I could
those were
use
the
a
times. My first
friend.
attempt, the puke went too far. Aw, how disappointing. Doesn't that suck? So when you're in the animation panel, it's hard to predict the boundaries of where you want it to interact with your drawing, if you know what I mean. But once you
I've
get
got
it right,
Soundwave giving
how
people the
satisfying.
finger.
Look at that. Yeah. And that's going pretty mild because I'm sure kids and adults worldwide have made all kinds of foul, obscene things in the history of this game's existence. When you have something you like, you can save it.
Hells
But
yeah.
check
All
this out.
right,
You can only
great.
have
We'll make it
one
happen.
save file.
I'll send you the thing on
That's it.
Discord.
And the save function takes more than a minute. That may seem tedious, but you know what? With that cool robot and that catchy beat, I don't mind it. You can make a path for the animation tool. So say you want to have a Yoshi sprite running off a platform and jumping. You just draw a path and then turn on the animation. And there it goes. Pretty simple. But let's try something more advanced. Let's have a Koopa kicking Mario into a spike pit. You would think it wouldn't be too hard. I mean, here's 9 frames of Mario going into a falling position and then going splat. Then I draw the path, but once you turn the animation on, look what happens. The blood burst keeps looping, and it isn't timed with the spike impact like I wanted. Yes, you could mess with the speed and try some workarounds, but the point remains that it's a cool idea marred with some serious limitations. One of the worst limitations is that when you're drawing, you can only undo one mistake. There's no history of all the things you've done, like in Photoshop or other drawing programs today. But when you're done with a drawing and want to erase it, this is where Mario Paint goes above and beyond. This is a game where erasing is like a whole event. Oh, how many ways to erase something? Should I make the image break up into patterns, fade away, go up into a rocket ship, or wash away like I'm pouring a Rolling Rock into the system?
But you want to know the best one of all? Yeah.
One of the most fun aspects in Mario Paint
Wait,
is
I
the
missed
music.
that one.
Yeah.
One of the most fun aspects in Mario Paint is the music creator. You have the option of making your own songs from scratch or loading up some pre-made demo songs and then change notes or instruments using a wide selection of cute random things like cats, dogs, and pigs. Gotta love it. Every song sounds better with pig snorts. It is limited, but you can still make cool things, like, say, how about a song from the band Gwar? Yeah, Gwar rules. Now you have Beavis and Butthead headbanging to Gwar. That would be butthead banging their buttheads. You know, I think I got some of my toilet humor from these guys. I mean, look no further than that animal coloring page.
All right, let's get Yogi in here. Do 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 do. Oh. All right. We're due. Oh, there you, wait.
What's up?
What the hell? Hold on.
What?
We're having some technical difficulties.
Oh no, am I too beautiful for the camera?
You're too beautiful for the camera, apparently. What is this? Do I have to? Oh, hold on. There we go. Now we're getting it. Except now you're frozen.
Oh fuck! Really?
What the hell? Hold on. We're figuring this out. properties. Zoom meeting, capture method automatic. All right, let's try that. Wait. Now it disappeared entirely. What the? Okay. Ah! All right. All right. All right. All right. We got this. We fucking got this. We're gonna womp. 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 Okay, great. And there we are. Your hair's looking nice.
Yeah, thank you. I love the orange.
Man. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I gotta fucking talk to you because I
Oh.
finally the other day watched a movie that you and Josh have seen, and I need to talk to you about it.
Oh, what would that be?
When Jeffrey Rush and John Lithgow were in a nursing
Oh, yes.
home.
The Rule of Jenny Penn.
Penn.
Dude, that's the movie.
Knees Up Mother Brown has never been more threatening.
Yeah. I love the conclusion that the movie comes to. Nah, let's just kill the motherfucker.
We killed the monster.
We killed the monster. We did it. Yay. But at what cost? Ah, fuck it. I got Jello now. You know, that is a great movie.
I love how quick it really is for the judge to go, no, fuck this guy.
Yeah.
Like how quick it goes. Because like, yeah, there's like the little escalations, but as soon as there's a death.
Yes.
Like as soon as there's a death, he's just like, oh no. Drain the fucking inhaler.
Oh, man.
I agree with your statement, by the way. The statement of, my favorite scenes are just Jeffrey Rush looking pissed off in a wheelchair.
Yes. Yes. It's a movie that really is just about Jeffrey Rush and John Lithgow like fucking going off on each other.
I got surprisingly emotional where Jeffrey Rush's roommate in the nursing home, the old rugby player, when I got kind of emotional when he like jumped up at John Lithgow and like tried to do like the haka
Yes.
at him. I got kind of emotional. I was just like, oh no, curse of the indigenous man upon you.
Oh my
shit.
God.
Now,
dude.
now lick her asshole.
Now lick her asshole. You're a dirty boy.
No bastards can see me, right, Jenny? No bastard knows you're here.
You know. Oh my God. Yeah, it's fantastic.
I've honestly never been. I've yet to meet a doll in a movie that actually disturbs me. They just don't scare me.
Yeah, they just don't do it for you.
But Jenny Penn is kind of fun.
Well, that's one of those, like, they make you afraid of that doll. They make that doll like a symbol of dread, you know? And so you definitely, it shows up and you're like, oh God, please no.
Jeffrey Rush's dream sequence where Jenny Penn is in like the judge's chair and she slowly turns around.
Yeah.
That movie, like I'm very glad that you didn't even in the spoiler section of that review video, I'm very happy that both of you didn't mention the first tragic thing that he sees when he gets to the.
Oh no, we gotta leave some surprises in there for people to experience.
That was wild as shit. Hell! That was wild as shit.
Yeah. Oh man. You know.
Oh. Such a good movie.
Yeah. You know what I've been doing the last few days?
Uh, being sad at Instagram.
Well, besides that.
Okay,
Okay, what have I been what you know what I've been trying to do for the last few days with
Ah,
varying levels of success?
do tell.
Trying to recreate, not recreate. Well, I mean, yeah, but trying to reconnect
Hmm.
with things that make me feel like me.
That's good.
Yeah. It is a good thing. So I've been playing with my robots. I've been playing a lot of cyberpunk, you know, shit like that. You know, shopping for clothing. I haven't bought any clothing because it's all expensive, but like, future plans, future plans. Um, and it actually has been very therapeutic in these trying times
We
because
gotta every so often. That's kind of what grounding and centering is, Jack. We have to return to fundamentals every so often.
mm, yeah, yeah,
It's good. It's good vibes. It's good vibes.
yeah. Well, I also noticed that I was talking about this yesterday actually on the stream when people were like, "What do we do about like what social media is like kind of doing to us and how the what the internet is kind of doing to our mental health?" And I'm like, "Slow down."
I
Literally
mean, yes.
slow down. Your intake and reactions to anything you see on the internet.
Mhm.
You know, don't immediately share or respond to that post. Don't immediately
You're you're you're
react to
you're
the news, you know.
you're taking my advice about like stepping away from the instant serotonin button, aren't you? I appreciate that.
Well,
That's good.
it's I don't know if it's serotonin because what I'm really avoiding is a lot of anxiety.
Oh wait, no, it's not. Or it might be a cortisol thing.
Yeah, one, might be
Cortisol addiction.
cortisol, like because it it's all still there when I'm done, when I want to get back to it. It's
Hmm.
just now I don't necessarily feel the need to add to the noise as much, unless I
Yeah,
really want to.
I mean
Um,
it's like I tell my meditation students. It's like no, just put yourself down. Just take your ego, take your personality, just put it down. Well, I got no, shush, it's gonna be there.
it'll be there. You can pick it back up when you're done. You do get it back. Even when you don't want to, you do get it back. So, don't worry, you're not going to lose it.
Yeah, just take a minute.
Mm-hmm. Man,
I've been, I've been doing. Ooh, you know what I've been doing
what have
to
you
to
been
make
doing?
to make me feel better and to make me feel more like myself is that ever since ever since that photo came out of Trump's hand, that horrible hand.
Oh,
Ever since
yeah.
the photo came out, I've I have because I don't think anyone is surprised by this. I have a little jar. It's filled with nasty things. It's just for him. And ever since that photo came out, I've just been shaking it and shaking it and shaking it. And every day, it seems that literally every day since like it's gotten worse. There have been more signs that it's getting worse for him. And I'm just like, I'm not saying that I'm doing this. I'm saying that I'm part of the collective will towards this.
Oh, yeah.
And sometimes it's nice to be part of something bigger. Sometimes it's actually quite refreshing. It makes you go like, no, I'm contributing.
I'm contributing to things somehow. You know,
But it's wild though, because like one, the whole like slow down is completely correct. The other thing of like, social media is doing terrible things to our brains. What can we do about it? Socialism.
that's one.
Because I mean how to put it. I know it's like, banging an old drum at this point, but I'm like, this is alienation. This is alienation. And literally every socialistic philosopher has written extensively on how corporatism as a lifestyle breeds alienation.
Yeah, yeah. Well, one of the things that I also had like, okay, so I was talking earlier about this documentary that
Okay.
called The Garden, Commune or Cult. And
Oh, that's a good one.
yeah, I mean, it's like part documentary, part reality show. It's really weird. And I
The
don't
answer,
know if it feels like a reality show because they filmed it that way or because people just be bitches.
and if anybody's wondering, well, what's the answer? Is it community or cult? Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. A
The
cult can
answer
be
is
a
both.
commune. A commune can be a cult. It's not that hard. That's not that far. The way I described it was is a commune is a cult by committee.
Which actually, I don't know how else to put it. When the cult stays operated by committee, it usually turns out less bad.
Well, it usually flies apart, because everyone hates committees. And
Now,
there's only so much committee you can fucking deal with.
that's Jack. That may be absolutely true, but if you want true democracy, my friend, you got to put up with it. Everyone got to put up with a little bit of committee.
Oh, there's a little bit of committee.
Yeah.
And then there's what fucking because okay, tell me if I'm wrong. Whenever I deal with like any commune-esque situation or commune-adjacent situation, there is a phrase that really means we don't know what to do, but we really want to sound like we're dealing with this, but we really have no answers. And so we're really throwing our hands up. Well, we'll leave that to the consensus.
No, we'll leave that to the consensus.
Yeah, we'll leave that to the consensus. What does that mean, motherfucker? We're in the meeting now. This is the meeting. This is where we come to the consensus. What are you fucking talking about?
The consensus is literally like, I love when people misuse it. I love when people misuse it. I really do. Because I love when people don't actually get what that means.
Yeah, it's
because
very frustrating.
Because it's like, we'll leave that to the consensus. Okay, then that means we're doing that now. Because what that means is we're now going through a large process of vote, debate, vote, debate, vote, debate until we come to an answer that everyone can agree to.
Yeah.
And we'll know it's the right answer because not everyone is 100% happy with it.
Yeah. That's a consensus.
That sounds tiring. It is.
It is. It's very tiring. It takes a very long time.
It's also probably the most egalitarian system to work with.
It is.
Yeah.
I can see why large societies don't do it that way. They do it through elected representatives.
Oh yeah, no, exactly. That's why we got to get rid of the states. Yeah, because once like countries aren't a thing anymore, and it's just like, oh no, that means people will rule regionally. Okay, I don't give a shit. I had an argument about this with someone recently, where I started talking about my socialist anarchist shit, right. And they're like, well, wait, if we get rid of states and shit, then you get individual cities being their own autonomous territories, and I'm like, yeah,
you kind of do. Yeah, you do actually.
Yeah, I just went, yeah, and they were like, well, that's terrible, and I went, why? I mean, really, really think about it. Why?
I can see how it easily creates problems.
Oh, I mean,
but then
you're gonna have problems either way.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that is true. That is true. But my first vibe on the Garden Commune was, okay, this is a bunch of white anarchists. Okay,
yeah,
we're immediately off on a bad foot. And the first person that they fucking like pick on is the Indian girl. And I'm like, yeah, that scans.
It does,
And
doesn't
she's
it?
kind of the whitest Indian girl too. Like you could tell she grew up in like Southern California.
Yeah.
You know, like we're not she's not coming from India, you know. If she wanted to have commune living in India, there are more options in India.
Again, it's one of these. It's interesting, isn't it? The Eastern cultures yet again tend to do a bit a bit better with the concept.
Yeah, yeah. It's because a lot of the cultures are they're way more focused towards collective living and effort, and less
Yeah,
so about individualism.
no, exactly, and it's really interesting because it's like even during the times of like the Chinese imperial time period, right? Like you got like this interesting thing of like, oh, but a lot of like these areas outside of the capital are almost semi-autonomous. Yeah,
Yeah,
but they're still part of the kingdom. Yeah,
yeah,
but why do you let them be semi? Shh, they're not causing problems.
yeah, yeah, yeah. As long as
They're
they're not
paying
causing
taxes.
problems and paying taxes, like that's kind of how it's supposed to go, unless you are a specific type of commune that the empire doesn't like. Then you've
Yeah,
got problems. You got big problems, you know. But I'm just watching this whole thing and I'm looking at the cult leader or the commune leader, sorry. And I'm
we're not a
like,
cult.
we're not a cult. They keep saying that. And I'm like, yeah, you keep saying that until I'm sure you believe it.
You know who never has to say that? People who aren't a cult.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Are their voices super quiet for anyone else? No, I think that's you. If it's both of us, it's probably on your end. Cause yeah, our the meters are going great. Um anyway, I found myself going like, "Oh, shut up, you redheaded twat. You're just worried that the really, really, really beautiful Indian girl with the big fake boobs is going to upstage you. That's what you're fucking pissed off about."
And to be fair, if you're pissed off about it, it's probably true.
It's probably true, you know. Now, one thing I will say that is not in her favor is okay, don't Wiccan priestess me, okay? Like, stop it. Stop it. You know, you're standing up and saying you're going to spread sage. Nobody asked.
Don't wicked priestess.
Don't Wiccan priestess me. Like, come on. Come on. You know, like, that's annoying. But at the same time, I'm like, that's not really a good reason to shun her and kick her out. You know? And I found myself going like, oh, you became the Lilith. Because it was also interesting watching when they're making her leave, watching all the women gather around and kind of herd her out of the camp. Like they're like ducks that have decided the one duck's got to go. Like pushing her and like, you know, just basically acting like complete bitches.
Yes.
You know, and even her like quote unquote best friend throws her under the bus. And I'm like, wow, these friends of yours are kind of worthless. Nah, go back to Southern California and fuck these people. Like, you don't need to change the world. This is bullshit.
And by the end, it turns out she was better off.
I haven't gotten to that part yet. I'm only like 4 episodes in.
Oh, you're.
I have just gotten to the part where the big fat guy showed up. The fat lazy guy showed up.
Oh, yes.
And he was like, I got to reclaim my manhood. And I'm like, what? No, give it up, man. Like, if you can't walk up a hill, which he literally refuses to do, you're not going to be able to make it out in the wilderness, like, and by the way, it's not actually the wilderness. It's a very level plain. You just have to go up a hill to get to it. They're like on a plateau, I think it's not a very high plateau either. It's like 50 meters.
No, but a plateau is a plateau.
Well, a plateau is a plateau. Once you get to the top, it's pretty even. And I'm just like, if you can't carry luggage a mile, what made you think that you were going to make it in a commune that doesn't have any buildings built yet? And he's saying he's got to do this to reclaim his manhood, and his daughters are all laughing at him, and they're right.
I'm queer as a box of birds, and I can do better in wilder conditions than this individual.
Yeah, it's really, it's kind of, you kind of get embarrassed. You feel embarrassed watching him.
Well, not secondhand embarrassment.
But that wasn't the one that hit me the most personally.
Okay.
The personal one was the ex-military guy, the young ex-military guy, who's like, I got to go out here and I got to prep, for the end of the world or whatever, or the collapse of society, whatever the fuck. And he's like, this is my wife. I don't like being away from her. She likes to walk around nude all the time. She's fairly easy on the eye. She's pretty easy on the eyes, if you know what I mean. And she's like, I think we need to add a girl to our another woman to our relationship. And I'm like, bitch, you're running. Why is paradise not good enough for you?
Listen,
you have everything you need.
When you marry a wood nymph maiden.
Yeah. Who's also a private investigator, by the way.
Oh no! Fuck it. This is a straight up wood elf. This is a J.R.R. Tolkien wood elf. Yeah, this is
some J.R.R. Tolkien shit going on here.
I don't understand. I like to walk around naked in nature. How could anyone who thinks you're attractive think that that's a problem? I'm very confused.
I want to fuck a girl, and I want you to be there fucking her. Why do you need to go out into the goddamn wilderness? It's like, I'm sorry. Are you too stupid to know when you've won at life? What the hell's wrong with you?
Now here's the thing. I want to point this out because I want to present the other half of this coin.
Okay.
Right? Because we do, we're not Christians here. We're going to remain actually balanced. Which is that.
Okay.
What?
I'm listening.
Which is that. Now, someone may argue, well, Jack, maybe there are some people, even if you don't understand it, who don't want that in a relationship. Okay.
That's fine.
Okay. That's fine. But that means that you have a deeper conversational issue working in your relationship that you need to be focused on. Why the fuck are you here?
The problem at that point is not your precious masculinity.
The problem is talk to your wife.
Yeah, like, what's going on? Why do you need to do this? And then and they're all like, well, I got to be prepared if society collapses. Like, you are never going to be prepared if society collapses, bruh. That's one of the things that I fucking notice. It's sink or swim at that point, and there ain't no practice test.
If society collapses, you are literally going to have so much more to worry about than your wife being a mystical dryad.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
So much more to worry about.
But it's one of those like, oh, we got to prep for the end times. Like he doesn't say end times. The fat lazy guy does though. But still, there's that feeling of like you're prepping for the end of the world. Okay, well, why not be in air conditioning until that happens?
If the world ends, why the fuck do you want to be prepared for it? Why do you want to be there?
Like I'm like, I don't.
I hope I'm dead before that happens.
We gotta hunt our own food, kills a chipmunk. And I'm like, and then he's skinning and dressing the chipmunk. And I'm like, this seems like a lot of work, dude. And I'm glad you could do it, but this ain't helping your masculinity.
No, there's look, I'm not saying that you
And
can't.
cold plunges. They take cold plunges, these guys. What the fuck is it with cold plunges and these people with masculinity issues?
Okay. I think I kind of know where it comes from, but then again, if it's where I think it comes from, I do this. So again, its connection to masculinity is bizarre to me.
Well, yeah, if you're just
Which
like,
is-
oh no, I just love an ice cold bath. That's like, okay, weird, but like do you.
I think it's a weird transplant that happened from Russian bath culture. Because do you remember a while ago? No. Follow me with this. Do you remember like maybe
Do you
10
mean
years
bath
ago?
as in the ethnic group or bath as in literally tub of water?
Like tub of water
Okay,
bath.
okay,
Like
just checking,
Russian
just
bath
checking.
house. Like banya.
Okay,
Like
okay.
going to a banya kind of thing. Do you remember like maybe okay? Because follow me with this. This obsession with cold plunges is about what, like 15-ish years old around that time.
Mhm.
Don't you remember that that's around the same time that a bunch of white Americans got hyper obsessed with like Slavic shit?
Actually, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, that's when like Life of Boris really started and shit like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like, yeah, there was like this moment where people got like really like white dudes from America in general got really obsessed with Slavic shit.
I see. I actually trace a much shorter line,
Hmm.
which is Joe Rogan started doing it. And you tell me that these guys do not sound like they listen to the Joe Rogan, the Rogan of Joes.
You mean the anti-comedy prophet? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Have you seen that little
Yes, I've watched almost all of those. It's because I was going down that whole like why I was fixated on it and I was trying to figure out why.
And then we found answers and we didn't like them.
Yeah. Well, the thing was I was trying to figure out why I was fixated on it.
Well, because I'm sure there's probably multiple reasons why you were fixated on it. I think part of the reason you were fixated on it is because you're just looking at it going, I'm a man, identify as a man.
Mm-hmm.
I identify as a gross man from time to time.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I don't understand a lick of this shit.
No.
And they're talking about it as if somehow it would be self-evident. And it's not. That means this is based on something highly illogical. What the fuck are they doing?
Yeah, well, I figured out why I was fixated on it, though.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, they claim to be edgy comedians, but they're so far away from the edge, it's insulting.
Well, yeah,
they made the edge. They're trying to make they're making the edge suck with their goddamn presence, and their understanding of the psychedelic experience is so fucking shallow. And yeah, but you've got a bunch of these bros in the shallow end of the psychedelic pool claiming that that's the whole fucking pool, while you're out in the deep end, like doing cartwheels and shit, and just like, what are you guys doing over there?
What do you mean you've never sat down, watched the entirety of Midnight Gospel and cried? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Like, come on, man. What are you talking? What are you doing over there? You know, expecting me to be fucking impressed.
Bitch, I'm over here realizing with every atom of my being that I am the bornless. I don't need to perform the headless god ritual. I am the headless
god ritual. Yes.
What the fuck are you talking about? Fucking Joe Rogan shit.
Yeah.
Fuck all of you. Fuck the comedy mothership. Fuck it. I hate it so much. I want that building to burn down. A plague upon Austin, Texas.
Good Lord. Yeah, they're an insult to the edge. And they all worship Bill Hicks, but I'm like, Bill Hicks would hate all of you.
He would. Which
you
is...
know, that... Good Lord.
Don't talk about my prophet that way,
Yeah,
Joe
yeah,
Rogan.
yeah.
You can go fuck yourself.
Yeah, and the thing is if you want to be like a mediocre fucking comedian, I mean, I guess every age needs its Andrew Dice Clay, but like, eh? You want me to be impressed? You know, like, I'm not impressed. And what's that other guy's name? Tony Hinchcliffe. What an idiot.
He's such. I don't understand. You're just a horrible, horrible, toxic little
It's a
man.
little goblin, you know, and I'm
Just
just sitting
fucking
there like, the fuck, who told you were funny? You're not.
the fact, and you've seen the clip.
And
You've
that would
seen the
be,
clips.
yeah.
Every time someone gets a genuine laugh, he feels threatened.
He does.
And just starts saying the most horrendous shit at them.
Yeah.
What the fuck? No, oh, god damn.
Yeah. The one I thought was really egregious was when he starts busting on Ric Flair for leaving because he's like, you're making fun of like a guy who donates his time to help children. I'm not going to be a part of this.
Look.
And I'm like, I mean, at
Flair,
that point, I'd have been like, okay, yeah, fair. And you just accept that. But no, your masculinity says you have to stand up to it and make yourself look like an even bigger dipshit.
Ric Flair is far from being a flawless human being.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm not that big of a, I'm not that big on the guy personally. That being said, he was 100% right in that moment.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
That was wild.
Yeah. If Ric Flair thinks you're tacky, retire. You know, Victor Neckerfunk says. Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, and I just look in my eyes, Austin comedy scene. Bitch, you basic. You ain't the edge, you basic. You will never be a bad bitch. You will always be basic. Basic as fuck.
You've cursed yourself.
You cursed yourself with basicness.
Bill Hicks died, and somehow he took all the talent with him. I don't know what the fuck happened to that city.
Yeah, George Carlin died, and we all knew comedy was going to go down a notch, right? Because George Carlin was dead. I don't think we realized how bad the issue really was.
Wait, it's so strange because do you remember when Austin used to be weird? Austin used to be weird, man.
Austin is suffering from a lot of the same problems San Francisco is suffering from.
The fact that it never stops being weird, but exactly where the weird goes and in what direction it's leaning.
No. Is that the weird is being leached out of the weird locations. Like, it's still, but it happens largely as a result of gentrification. Because that pushes out people who aren't so focused on their income. And that's where all the weird people are.
Like, a friend of mine recently, a very close friend of mine was recently in San Francisco and near like the Ashbury Haight. And I told him, I'm like, oh, no, you got to go up to Corona Heights Hill.
Yeah.
Go do it. And they did. And he got back to me and he was like, yo, is this where you've done the shit? And I'm like, yeah.
That's where we've done the shit, man. You know?
Yeah, and he was just like, I can fucking tell. I'm like, yeah, man. You see, it's there are these epicenters of it.
Yeah,
and these people come along, and these people come along and fuck with the flow.
Yeah, the weirdness still exists in San Francisco. It's just really reduced. You know, it's not where it was in the 90s. And that was like 30 plus years ago. But it's been like, ever since the 90s, that was kind of like the last apex. I wouldn't say it was the biggest apex. That would be the Summer of Love. But ever since then, it's been like going down, slowly leaching out. And I find myself going, what happened, because the tech industry, the 90s tech industry was actually a huge influx of weirdness.
Mhm.
It accompanied a huge influx of weirdness because a
But
lot of people who didn't have proper college degrees, because you couldn't get a college degree in internet in the 90s.
mhm.
You had to be an innovator or a creator. You had to actually lay the groundwork.
But what has happened now is that the tech wizards have been compromised by the system.
Yes, very much so.
Mhm.
They all started believing in this like dark enlightenment bullshit, and I'm just like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. You fell for that? That is the shittiest trick to fall for.
I mean, at the end of the day, we're gonna kill all of you, but with the light of truth. That being said, I didn't want to do that to you.
Yeah. You don't have to do this, right? You don't have to believe this. You don't have to follow this. You don't have to fucking be a part of it.
I was watching a show recently, like the other day, and in there was a line that I thought was very poignant, which was there. It's kind of like an odd isekai situation where like people find themselves in like a strange world, but it's a world of like many like different countries, but most of the countries live like in a high state of abundance.
Right.
So since
Okay.
there's like and the places that are the most abundant have a bounty mindset. The thing of just like, yeah, no, of course we don't charge for things. We just have things, and if you need
There
it,
is in fact enough.
yeah. And and I was watching an episode of it the other day, and there's this line that I thought was really interesting where one of like a senior member of this city goes like, yeah, well, sometimes people come in and they find, that they've come from a hardship or whatever, and they come to a place where there is enough. And it's really odd when you're trying to set a table for everyone and there is room for everyone, but somehow people realize about themselves that for some reason they just don't want to do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
And
it's a
and to be
and that
fair,
realization can drive you mad.
yeah, and to be fair, we are not in an era of abundance.
No, we're not.
I will give the 90s that. That was an era of abundance.
Mm.
Right now, we don't got that. Why? Well, because all the fucking surplus is being sucked up by like five guys. That money still exists. It's still there. They've just got it and they can't spend it as fast. Five people cannot spend money as quickly as 5 million.
And even if they did, what would they spend
Then
it
what would
on?
they spend it on?
What would they do? What would they do when you've got capital? First of all, let's talk about this, right? It doesn't even have to matter about the actual money they have. It's the capital promised by the illusion to the money,
Yeah.
which is the stupid. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I've been smoking, and
Oh, it's
every
okay.
time,
Okay.
yeah, and like every time I'm stoned and looking at capitalism, I can't help but be like, no, you're stupid. You're really stupid.
Well, one of the things that aggravates me the most is I see these little enclaves that they make for themselves. Like
Mhm.
these little literal, like almost literal bunkers that they make for themselves. And I go, "You think that's a party? You have no fucking clue what a good time is. You have no fucking clue. You can have a really good time in times of abundance and in times of scarcity. Although
Mhm.
abundance, it is much easier,
Oh yes.
But this blows in comparison to what people were doing for free 30 or 20 to 30 years ago. It bites. You know,
It really does.
an amazing experience could be yours for a very small price, possibly nothing if you knew how to do it. And now they want to make it elite. But the problem of making something elite, and this is really, really important, is it also makes it suck. Because one thing about people who are really career and or money focused is this: they're not very fun.
Well, no, because
they have to now import fun.
Mm-hmm.
They have to hire fun.
Well, yeah, because they can't be the fun, Jack. They're too busy.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're too busy worrying about shit that has no physical truth. It's wild. Wild shit.
Yeah. It is pretty wild.
You know what we need more of?
What? I need more coffee, but I think you're going to say something else.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And we need more. We need more 1%er focused pyramid schemes. We need
just them.
Yeah. You know, and I realized who my favorite pyramid scheme con artist who ever targeted the 1% was.
Yeah.
Aleister Crowley. Don't you dare tell me that's not what he did. That's totally what he did. And I think we need to get more comfortable with acknowledging that, like, so I'm not saying that Thelema won't work. I'm not saying that there's not an enlightenment in there.
Yeah.
I am, however, saying that Aleister Crowley went, hey, wait a minute. I got lightning in a bottle.
Yeah. I can sell this.
I can sell this, and you know who will buy it? Rich people. Do you know why? Because the rich are sad.
Yeah. They got that.
They're
they got
sad
that
as
hole.
fuck.
They got that hole inside of them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that cannot be. All right, I'm gonna get my coffee because I'm gonna go on a rant.
Yes, we'll do that when you get back.
Yeah, I won't take long. Hold on.
Well, time to go into stasis until he gets back. Anyway. Sun Wizard, I don't know how to answer that question because I don't quite understand the question. And my inability to grasp what the intention of that question is makes me go, My day's been all right. No, I'm just kind of vibing, waiting for summer to be officially over. Eat the rich because they're eating you. Yeah, no, that's yeah. I don't know what else to say. Yeah. I too want to scam the rich to give to the needy. Well, he didn't do that part, but you know, he could have, I suppose. Oh. Let's see. Is Clifford a kaiju? Only if he eats Emily Elizabeth. That's where he'll get all the power from. hear me say that and go, "Who the hell is Emily Elizabeth?" Emily Elizabeth. I'll say to you, you were never a Clifford fan.
Eating chicken like balls. Sorry, I took a little longer. The Countess insisted I eat something.
Yeah, those pesky people who love and care about you, they
Yeah,
tend to do that.
yeah. Sometimes you gotta do what they say, you know.
but
Bastards.
but yes, everything. Order the Golden Dawn, OTO, the Fraternal Brotherhood, like all that shit, all that fucking shit. I'm just like, no. This is magic pyramid scheme with funky clothes.
Oh, fuck
For
yeah.
rich. That's what this is, and I love it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you gotta appreciate it. Yeah. Oh my god damn it. I'm
What?
looking over here, you know what's right over there?
What?
A dog on the other side of a glass looking at me with sad eyes.
Why don't you let me in, friend? Don't you love me anymore?
Did you want to come in? He's currently a little guy right now. However, oh, is a cyber dog. You got a comb man.
Oh,
Yes.
Massimo.
Cyberdog 2020.
Oh, he's got the cone of
He's got the
shame.
cone of shame.
Did someone get fixed?
No, someone would not leave a fucking wound on the side of his face alone.
Oh, I do not like the cone of shame.
I do not mind. Attach the cone of triumph. Oh,
Oh my god! But
yeah, no. Yeah, pyramid scheme. You know.
yeah, no, we need more of it. We need more. We need more vaguely mystical shit to take money away from only rich people.
Well, it's like it's that whole thing where I found myself going like, no, it's all based on mysticism. What's the dark that's all that the fucking Dark Enlightenment is it's a nasty form of mysticism, but that's what it is. You know, because it believes in the technocratic singularity.
So the thing about rich people's hyper realities.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking.
Oh,
Again,
yeah.
you've seen the video. You know what I'm talking about. That's terrifying.
Yeah, it is terrifying, you know, and it's upsetting because you're like, so you want to get rich so that the world sucks. Okay. All right.
the fucking I
As a Satanist, I hear that and I'm like, what do I do with that? I can't do anything with that. Like, that is just so fucking awful. You know, that is so fucking awful.
behold the works of Azathoth, the blind idiot demon
God.
sultan.
You know, well, like, what it is, like, it's one of those things where it's like, oh, you thought demons were bad. Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Wait till you see the embryonic like douchebag sack that demons come from. It's this.
It's terrible. It's like, well, we want society so that we can recreate it and, you know, impose an ethno state. And I'm like, okay, so you want to take over the world so you can make it suck more.
But I get to stay in the big boy room where things are great.
Bitch, you're not in the big boy room now.
I know that.
Dude,
you know that.
Elon Musk ain't in the big boy room. I mean, like
the fact that like there were 15 minutes of that goddamn mini documentary to go, hey, Elon Musk is a sad boy, and let's talk about how sad. And I sat there and went, where is this going? And the answer was nowhere good.
Yeah, nowhere good. And you're sitting there and I'm like, this guy's supposed to be smart.
Well,
like,
no.
This guy's supposed to be smart, you know.
Well, no. I mean, I this is what, okay. this is what always got me. This is what always got me. Even before he went all right wing and shit, do you know what I mean? Like, even when he
Yeah.
tried to introduce himself, well, I mean, comes from an extremely conservative and racist background, but when he came to the
extremely.
yeah, but when he came to the US, when he bought Tesla, he tried to like reinvent his social image and everything.
Yeah, and it worked for quite a while.
Yes, but here's the thing. I don't mean to sound like an ass when I say it. I never really got it. I never really understood what the big deal was about him. I remember like when I worked at a place where there was a young man who was really, really into him for reasons, I guess. And he would tell me about it, and I'd be like, I don't think I'm getting this. And he's like, well, what do you mean? What's not to get? I'm like, okay. So why do you say he's a genius? Well, because he did this is my but wait. He didn't he
He
didn't
didn't
make
actually do those things.
yeah, like I'm like, he didn't make the Tesla car. Well, yeah, but he owns Tesla. Yeah, but it was a pre-existent company. Well, yeah, but he put all this money into it. Okay, but what did he do to the car? Like, how did you don't have to be a genius to put money in a place. You just have to
You
push
just
it.
have to have the money. Yeah.
And he would just look at me and go like, "You're not getting it." I'm like, "No, I'm
Well,
not.
not.
That's the I don't understand. I've never understood. I've never understood it. I mean, like, I guess I understand it in the sense of like, people who have analyzed the phenomena and explained it, and I go, oh, okay, that's why the people who fall for these things fall for them.
Yeah. You
But
get it
in
on
this,
that level.
yeah, but understanding as in being in it, no, never made any goddamn sense to me.
Yeah, well, I mean, it shouldn't because it makes no sense. But like I get how he laundered his image and how it was working. The problem is sometimes when we say be yourself, it's for us, not you. Because then we get to find out what a true dickweed you really are. And
I
so Elon
I
Musk
do
did a lot of drugs, went to a lot of therapy, learned to be himself, and who he is a sad asshole. He's
and then instead of
a
doing anything about
dried
that,
up little anus. This too tight and puckered, and has to poo out pea-sized dung one at a time, like a rabbit. He lost he's lost his wife. He lost his trophy. He lost his trophy wife to a trans woman.
I've never.
And then ever since then he's been on anti-trans rampage.
Can I just point something out? The fact that Elon Musk is the richest man on the planet, depending upon the minute,
Right.
depending upon the
Sure.
minute, but in general, he's the richest man on
Yeah,
Earth.
we can agree that he's one of the richest men in the world.
Yes. Nothing has convinced me more than the wealthiest straight cis white man on Earth losing his shit by falling into a K-hole. Nothing has convinced me more that straight rights need to stop. Nothing has convinced me more that the heterosexuals should be taken out of power and put into daycare centers until they're better. Nothing convinces me of this more because I look at that, I'm like, wait. You fell into a K-hole and did all this shit? Bitch, I fell into a K-hole and then went to the grocery store the next day.
Yeah.
These are not for you. These drugs are not for you. You don't know how to take these.
Okay, you are bad with you are bad with these.
Fucking Joe Rogan needs to have the psilocybin taken away. He doesn't get to do mushrooms anymore. He doesn't get to do DMT anymore. He can only have weed and only indica because he needs to shut the fuck up. He doesn't know how to do these anymore. It's bad for his bad brain. It's fucking I witchcraft is real and it exists because Mother Nature is through her various chemicals rewarding the queers and punishing the straight.
And I feel so bad because hey, I'll give the straights one thing. Y'all didn't used to be this bad. This is a fairly not. I mean, there'd always been difficulties, but it didn't used to be this bad. Things have somehow gotten worse.
Well, I think it's because the age of okay, like I know we keep talking about like, oh well, like pre-social media, post-social media. The hard truth of it is if we're talking about the information age as a total.
Okay.
The problem is that the information age happened and straight people the white cis straight people were were forced to face the reality that their reality is a lie. And they've never been able to recover.
I think there's actually something to that.
Yeah, no, there is. It's you when the lie itself of white like white Western supremacy, that lie itself requires the people supporting the lie to also be miserable to make the infrastructure of the lie work.
Yes.
These people literally sacrifice themselves to this lie. Then we have the audacity to bear the light of truth upon that. And they, in a moment, there's a subconscious realization of, oh, if I allow that light to shine there, I have to actively acknowledge something that will make me not be able to live with myself if I think about it too hard. Quick, knock the fucking light bulb out. That's It's this bizarre reaction.
Yeah, and you could see it happening. You could watch it happen. Like Joe Rogan's a great example. I mean, I'm going to use him as an example, and until no one remembers who the fuck he is anymore, probably. But he's an example of this. Like
the man single-handedly
used to be this stupid.
No, but the man single-handedly killed American comedy, at least for a while.
Yeah.
And that's insane.
Yeah. He's taken it in a very poor direction. And I don't know what to say about that because when a person starts an organization, one of the things that you have to be aware of is that the organization itself begins to reflect the people that run it.
Yes.
This happens, the worst examples of this happen. Some of the worst examples of this happening is that it happens unconsciously.
Mm-hmm.
So by actually paying attention to it, you can actually address it. Now, you yourself have to be open to change. That's the big caveat. You have to be willing to change in order to be willing to see how you affect the people around you.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're in a position of authority, even if it is a soft authority, you will have an even bigger impact. You will have an even bigger impact on it. So if you are a really insecure egotist. I won't even say narcissist. I'll just say egotist.
Mhm.
You know, break it down a notch. Your organization is going to be riddled with anxiety, crippled with paralysis, and be extremely unsure of itself, just like you are.
Yes.
Organizations reflect their members. And the leader of an organization has an outsized effect on that. And there's really not a lot you can do about that problem except be aware of it and be willing to change yourself. That's the big determiner.
And it's interesting too, because if that happens,
Oh, thank you.
if the organization is that fruit?
Yes, it's fruit.
Strawberries.
Mm-hmm.
Strawberry. It's weird, right? Because sometimes if that happens frequently enough and the organization is large enough, it makes the organization ineffectual at like shit that's too terrible.
Oh yeah.
Like, actually, I think about it, like Catholic Church is kind of like a perfect example. Like, don't get me wrong, they still do terrible shit, but at this current point in time, the amount of terrible shit they get away with on a worldwide basis is less than it has ever been.
Yeah. Yeah.
and
True.
it's and it's because there's enough people to call out, and there's also enough people to go, oh, I'm just not going to participate in that.
Yeah. The organization has lost power.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of really good reasons for this. But I bring that up because it's something that I've seen. It's something I've seen in every organization I've ever been a part of.
Mhm.
Every organization I've ever experienced or even heard of. Like it's frustrating. It's maddening. But one of the things that drives me the most crazy is how if you don't feel valued in an organization, it's a bad organization.
Yes.
Like it really is that simple. So if you're like, I don't feel appreciated at my job, that's a bad organization. What is there anything you can do about it to change that organization? Unfortunately, if you're the lower on the totem pole you are, the more the answer is no. Because that's how hierarchies work. You get everyone
it's almost as if that's intentional.
Yeah, exactly. Like all the power goes to the top, so everyone emulates the top, whether or not they realize that they're doing it. So always, unless you are truly driven, and you really got a plan. And even then, I'm not sure. That organization is going to suck on every level. Like, no matter where you are in the hierarchy, it's going to blow. And I've just come to the conclusion. I don't even know if it's a conclusion, but I've come to the what do you call it when you're like, well, this is my answer for now.
I've come to the momentary realization.
I've come to the momentary realization I don't want nor need that shit. I am lucky on one
It's a
level.
good momentary realization.
Yeah, I am lucky. And I think I know why I don't have too many masculinity issues. One, I live life pretty much as I see fit. That's a big one.
Mhm.
You know, it does not net me everything I want, or it doesn't make me a lot of money. It doesn't make a lot of cash. You know, by the way, donate frequently and often, people.
What a seamless plug.
Yeah, seamless plug. Oh man, couldn't even see that segue. You know, I was like, woohoo!
Wow, that left turn was so sharp I didn't fucking see it.
Oh, dude, you could fucking cut butter with that shit. You know, slice right through it. You know, like cold steel. You know, anyway, but I don't question my masculinity, and I think a lot of that has to do with my dad. Because
I mean, yes.
Yeah, I mean, obvious statement, right? But even though my dad wasn't all that present, he was always very reasonable. I've disagreed with him. I've gotten into fights with him. We've come to blows.
But even though there is that, he's still a decent enough like male role model when it comes to being a reasonable human being and being able to go, no, son, such things are stupid.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You know, one of my favorite things that my dad said is like, hey, if you commit yourself to the possibility that you could be homeless, life becomes a lot easier.
You wake up every day and you go, well,
yeah. You know, but so I don't have that. But what I do have is I have the mother hole, which is a different issue. Which is a different issue.
Sorry, I couldn't. I have the mother hole.
I have the mother hole as opposed to the father hole. You know, but at the same time, I'm
a child.
It makes me overly sensitive to the rejection of women.
Yes, it does.
You know, like it will torment me longer than it should. You know, but at the same time, I seem to deal with it a lot better than a lot of straight guys. For some reason. And maybe that's because I have actually found a modicum of feminine acceptance in my life. You know?
There you go.
And I know a lot of that some of that is luck. But the other part of that is being able to recognize it when it happens.
You know, it's funny because I did kind of like the opposite there, in the sense that like I looked into the feminine so long it started to become a little bit of a mirror, and I was like, oh, okay. I was like, well, that's fine then.
Well, yeah. But like my trauma leads me to. Well, you've seen it get me in trouble.
Yes.
You know, up close and personal, you've seen it get me in trouble. You know, but at the same time, I don't. As much as I get depressed and sometimes wish I was somebody else, I don't hate myself.
See,
you know, there's this pain there, but I don't hate myself. And whenever I see guys who think that they're not masculine enough, I find myself going like, you never will. You could be He-Man, master of the universe, and you're not going to be masculine enough. It's never going to happen. Because what are you actually looking for? That's my question.
You don't seem to understand that this is a mindset. A mindset which itself is actually more fluid than solid because it depends upon time and place, but a mindset nonetheless it is.
Yeah.
And you seem to not be grasping this. It's like, well, if it's wait, no, it can't be a mindset because that means it's not 100% physical. That is correct.
It's correct.
It's not 100% physical.
It's not 100% physical. It isn't.
Neither is feminine. Neither is androgyne. It's all a little bit fluid.
Yeah. It touches on there's a lot of intersections.
And that's why they don't understand it, Jack. Because if they could accept that it was a mindset for like a decent part of it, the intersections you could cope with it because you understand that your brain shit isn't like 100% solid, regardless of how logical people want to be. We all kind of have that innate understanding, and so when you can accept that it's a mindset, those things don't bother you as much, and you feel a little less threatened about exploring them.
Yeah.
And they just don't do that.
Yeah. Because I think that a lot of people assume that a mindset is set in stone. And it's not.
Well, you got people walk around with rocks in their head. I don't know what to fucking tell you.
Yeah. Some people got rocks in their head, but I think the majority of people just have accepted this idea that their mindset is set in stone and they don't realize that it's flexible. And I think that's distressing.
Yeah,
that to me is distressing because I'm like, you don't have to do this, like take ex-army guy from the garden. It's like, yeah, you could just stay home and fuck your wife and find another girl to also have sex with your wife, because that's apparently the deal you got, and you are throwing that away, you idiot. The nymph pool was not good enough for you? Was the sky the wrong shade of pink?
Blasphemy.
The hell is wrong with you?
Blasphemy, I say.
Yeah, and if you're looking, and if you like, Matt, you will never be masculine enough because other guys will always cut you down. Duh. Other guys seeking that same pinnacle of masculinity will cut you down. Why? I don't fucking know. Same reason, I suppose, why the socially accepted women always will try to peck out, the different woman.
Also,
and create a Lilith figure out of them.
And this is why, okay, I never get this about men.
Mm-hmm.
This is something about men I never understand. I really don't get it. The ability for all these people chasing Chad status, essentially.
Yeah.
Fucking all collectively having amnesia about the existence of the counterpoint to everything they try to be, who gets all the women, and that's the weird little guy.
Yeah, exactly. I've seen this 1,000 times.
Yeah, the weird little guy who is super polite and hyper confident. It's an amazing type of human being.
You're Peter Dinklages, if you will.
Yes. You're Peter Dinklages, you're in his younger years, you're Jack Nicholson's in a way.
Yeah, he was weird looking.
He was a weird little dude. Fucking like these people are everywhere, and I'm like, I don't understand why. it's like if the whole Chadwick belief system had any validity, this should not be possible.
This would not be a thing, but it is a thing. It is a thing. And oh God, I got in touch with femininity over and I started to understand something.
Oh, cool. What'd she say?
Oh, okay. So I was watching one of them Joe Rogan videos, and they got into the whole thing where like Joe is like strangely into ass play. And you're like,
Yep.
Okay, dude, cool. That's fine. You talk about this too much. Like, you talk about this too much for a guy that's into it. So you're clearly compensating for something.
Yeah,
Something's going on.
What's going on, Joe?
What's going on, Joe? And they got to that point where Duck and Trussell was like, well, if you were a woman, you would definitely, take a cock up the ass or in the vag or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought of and I went on that little journey, a little internal journey. I've done it many times, but like on this particular one, this particular stroll through the vajungle, I imagined myself as a heterosexual woman.
Mm-hmm.
And I look at Joe Rogan and I think about not even having sex with him, but just being physically close.
Right.
And I went, ew.
Right.
Ew.
Right. I am attracted to a wide range of masculinity. I do have a thing for kind of short, hairy, bald dudes. And even I look at Joe Rogan and feel physically unclean in my eyeballs.
Yeah.
The guy is slimy. The guy is just slimy. Even if you didn't know who he was.
Yeah.
Which is insane. And I know that because the first time I was made aware of this person, someone showed me a clip of him, and before the clip even really got into way, I just went, oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, and I realized, oh, that's why straight women are so unsatisfied. Because they're all going, I guess. And I'm like, that's horrible. Now, clearly not all straight women. Some straight women know what they like and go for it. But those are the women that have sex with the weird little dudes.
Some women end up marrying Brennan Lee Mulligan and living happily ever after.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, yeah, it's fine. I'm good. But
it's like, but your husband is like super into D&D and collects miniatures. He and I jointly provide.
Yeah.
Wait, what'd you say?
He completes me.
He completes me, and they just look at it's like, oh, but your husband does this. Look at the person and be like, he respects me, he loves me, he caters to me, and I do the same for him, and we've built a life together. What is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Why do you give a shit?
How's that not goals? You crazy? Like I had that when I did my big working to find the one.
Mm-hmm.
It was like got to be into D&D, science fiction, or horror.
If all three,
If
mwah,
all three is the best, but
chef's kiss.
gotta have that. Gotta have that. Otherwise, what am I doing? Who am I relating to? You know, because I've been with plenty of girls I try to have a conversation with and just go, "Oh my god, I am so horrifically bored right now."
What is the
What do
what
I
is the
do?
point? What is the point of attempting to force yourself to be with someone when the prospect of being alone with them for more than an hour makes you want to like throw yourself from a window?
Exactly.
What is the point of doing this? But your expectations can kiss my ass. It don't matter.
Yeah.
Like fucking
Look, I love sex, right?
what you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you, the apex of sex is fantastic. But it does not make up for a multitude of sins. It does not make up for sins. It does not make up for a multitude of shortcomings.
And yet, the moment you realize that you can both be in the bathroom at the same time and no one cares what the other is doing, nothing compares to that high. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
You know, you've been on the phone talking to your significant other, and then all of a sudden you both realized you didn't want the conversation to end, so you're both in the bathroom. You know, wherever you is.
When one of you's sitting down for a pee and the other one's in the shower, and the one that's on the toilet goes, look at this meme.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, no, that's love.
Look at this. Ooh, look at this kitten video. Yeah. Like,
that's fucking love, brother.
Yeah. Absolutely. You know, like that's good stuff. And so when you focus on things like that, you really start to wonder what it is all this striving masculinity is really about. Like, what's it for? What's the point? What are you trying to get out of it? That's the big question that I always have for these guys, which is, what are you trying to get out of this?
I don't think they really know.
I think they don't, because I think if they did know...
Please stop running the cis woman
simulation. It's not the cis woman situation, it's the straight woman simulation. There's a difference between cis and straight. Many lesbians are plenty cis.
And we will not stop running this simulation. We are going to hold the mirror up to the screen and you're going to fucking look at it.
Well, you start to understand how, when you're locked into that way of seeing things, that you're locked into that image of pursuing masculinity. That is actually the source of all of your romantic problems. That's the source of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's
a Ponzi scheme.
Yeah, it's a scheme. It's a scheme. It's a lie. It is a Maya.
It very much is, which is it's so fucking weird, right? It's like, hey, I've got an idea of how we can make a fuck ton of money. How's that? Well, we're going to get some... They don't even have to be attractive. They just have to be muscular enough to look kind of threatening guys. And they're going to talk about how they have been never more fulfilled in their masculinity. They're going to sell reclaiming masculinity to the populace.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah. Okay. And how will they reclaim their masculinity? That's the brilliant part. They won't at all. Well, won't people notice?
You think?
It's like, yes, but no.
People are going to, well, let me put it this way, not the people who are going to give you hundreds of thousands of dollars.
No. Oh, they'll realize it, but they'll also be too ashamed to acknowledge it, because if we perpetuate the notion of fake it till you make it enough, people will forget that other people know that, and they'll think that they're the only ones faking. So they'll be shamed into compliance
Yeah.
and giving us more money.
Yeah, it's really messed up. Now, it's confidence is elusive. Confidence is an elusive beast. I don't know, but like the Holy Grail, it is always within reach somehow.
Mm-hmm.
It's always within arm's reach, but man, do we make it hard to find. I think it's just we want the external validation.
I'm just going to take this moment to put a pin in the Grail comment. We're going to come back to that.
Okay,
Please keep going.
Okay. Yeah, we all want that external validation of what we hope about ourselves to be true. But I think what it really takes is a look at our flaws. A look at our flaws not in hatred or disgust, but simply looking at them. For example, give me the strength to fight the real enemy myself. My biggest problem is not that I'm a very social guy. My biggest problem is that I am also a grousy asshole.
Yeah,
I am also incredibly grouchy.
Yeah, you hardline between social and antisocial states. Very.
Yeah, I do.
You do.
And I don't really know why. If I were to hazard an unclear guess, I would say it was probably because I was so ridiculed for what I was doing and what my interests were, or indulging in them. And I didn't just get that from like kids at school. I got that from my mom. That'll sting harder.
Right.
Don't share your interests with mom. She'll ridicule you over it. Or she might, because she does it sometimes, and you're never quite sure what kind of mood she's going to be in, and I think that's the source of my grumpiness. On top of the chemical things that are now going on as it has developed into adulthood. I actually do think that sometimes that the brain likes to set an equilibrium for itself, and at some point it kind of like sets it.
Yes.
I think it can still be changed, but to disrupt it, I think sometimes you need to take more drastic measures. Like, for example, I actually think that medication is a somewhat drastic measure, but it is often necessary.
It's why those of us who heavily engage in a certain branch of psychoactive materials tend to retain a little more limberness.
Yeah.
Later on.
Yeah. I think that's actually true. And
if your stasis is fluctuation.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah, once you've had that sensation of like your baseline being completely upended, after the first time it becomes easier to facilitate.
I've kind of always been sad that my first acid trip is like the hardest hit. Do you know what I mean? I often feel
I
a
know
little
what you
bad
mean.
about
You
that.
like you like you wish like sometimes you wish you could go back to that. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
not that you can't get higher. Oh my god, dude. Yeah,
Yeah,
I have been
you
higher than my
can.
first time,
Oh yeah, you
but
absolutely can.
that
It's
first time is so revelatory. You
yes.
know.
It's still fun to go back.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't take away from the fun. It's just it's a there there are certain moments that are unique.
Yeah, yeah. Like your my literal self-image changed on my first acid trip.
Yeah, it does
Yeah,
that.
because I had always seen myself as like small and puny
Mhm.
physically. And it wasn't until the acid trip that I realized, wait a minute, I'm 6 feet tall.
I'm a I'm a
I'm
fucking
s-
I'm a
yeah,
fucking drow.
yeah. I'm 6 feet tall and like really broad shouldered, you know, and I'm a little mean looking. That's the other thing I don't like, but sometimes I look, as people say, wow, you look really intimidating. And I'm like, sorry, I don't try to be. I literally don't. I usually don't try to be, but it
I
does
can
keep me from getting mugged.
I have the opposite problem. People come up to me and go, "Oh, you don't look intimidating at all," and I'm like, "That's a lie. It's a false sense of security. Don't fall for it." I got 12 knives in my pocket. But you don't look like someone who I know. That's how I get away with it.
Yeah. But I realized, oh, god damn it. Here comes, okay. One thing, I, goddamn
Mm,
diabetes sweats.
mm.
Um, I hate that. Sun Wizard's like, Jack. Yeah. I mean, I know I look pretty scary when I'm actually mad. I
Yes.
just don't intend. I. Why did they run from me? It's
me,
like it was one
me,
of the things I liked about L.A., which was, oh,
that's half the populace.
that's half the populace. Half the populace looks intimidating to talk to. So when someone smiles, they're like, "Hey, how you doing?" Oh, okay. Hello.
Me,
Hello, other
me,
people.
meanwhile, have you ever yelled at someone so loudly, not even for a prolonged period of time, but have you ever yelled someone's name at them so loudly and with so much anger that they actually peed themselves?
No,
I've done that.
I've never actually made someone piss themselves. I don't think.
I've made one person piss themselves, and I felt very bad. I felt very bad about it. There's something about it that just took the wind right out of my sails. I was just like, "Oh, come on,
Oh,
man."
yeah.
I can't stand here and continue to yell at you. You just pissed yourself. Just go
Go
home.
home. Go home. Yeah, but like the masculinity issue, it's like it was a weird realization of where like, oh, I don't have that problem. At least not to that degree. Sure, I got that problem a little bit. I was born in this society. I question my masculinity, often enough.
Hmm.
But not so much that it's in question. I don't feel the need to go out and prove it. That's probably the best way of putting it. I don't feel the need to go out and prove it. You know,
Well, that's the thing, right? Is like no matter who wins the pissing contest, there's the smell of urine in the air.
yes.
It doesn't fucking matter. It just
Yeah. Like the only, and really, I do wish I. Sometimes I do wish I had an 8-inch cock.
No, you don't.
You don't?
No, you don't.
I wouldn't it look really good in pictures?
I mean, that's about it. You see, your long-term partner is a woman,
Right.
and that I don't know how many. I don't know why we still perpetuate this lie, like that an 8-inch long penis is the best thing for an average vagina. I don't know what.
No. I'm not saying it is. There's just something about it, like I wish I looked better naked.
See,
With
I
an
love.
erection, you know.
See, I love the fact that I laugh at myself naked. It's one of the greatest. It's one of the greatest gifts you can ever be given, because one of the best parts for me about sex is the moment where you both take a second to just kind of laugh at how absurd everything about this exact moment in time is. That's one of the best
I
things that
am
can happen during
usually
sex.
too horny.
I can see that for you.
Yeah.
But you know of what I speak. You know that this type of moment exists.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I love it. I fucking live for that shit.
Oh man.
Yeah, I don't know what to
learn something new every day.
I don't know what to tell you. My favorite thing is laughter. Laughter is the best fucking thing on the planet. Like, I wouldn't smoke weed if it didn't make me giggle. What would be the point of this? It could numb your pain. Bullshit.
Yeah, so sorry, I don't mean to pick on the straight cis white guys in the audience. You know, I'm just saying, like, you don't have to prove your masculinity. Nope. You know, even yourself. I think that's the other thing. It's like you don't even need to prove it to yourself. You know, if you're feeling that hole, then you want to examine it. You want to examine it, and you probably want to examine what you feel are your shortcomings and make peace with them, because I think that's the actual way forward. You know, I really think it is. Otherwise, you start doing stupid things, you know, in order to pursue an ideal of masculinity. And they're not only things that are unnecessary, but a lot of them are actively harmful. A lot of them will actually fuck you, and not just in the long run, but also in the short term.
Yeah, it's one of those like weird things where it's like it's so odd to have to explain to, especially to a guy, the whole thing. Like, no, the reason we call it toxic masculinity is because it fucks with you.
Yeah.
It fucks with everybody. Like it's literally poisonous to everyone, including you.
Yeah.
Like, ugh.
Yeah. You don't need to. I'll post a thirst trap here and feel better about myself, but that's about it. Well, like, for me, like, it also leads to stupid things like the idea of high value male and high value female.
Ugh.
Which,
again, what does that even mean? Like, I know what they mean it to mean, but I mean, if you look at what the fuck does that even mean?
Yeah.
It's just like a high value male, high value female. I'm just like, well, who gets to say, as long as they and the people they choose to be around are okay with, then I don't understand. Again, it's one of these things where it's like none of this is based on any type of external logic.
Yeah.
It cannot withstand its own weight.
Yeah.
And yet it stands in defiance of God and man. Oh.
You know, I mean, I keep having the scene from Suicide Squad running in my head when I talk about this. masculinity and self-image, which is the like, nah, shawty, I'm beautiful. You know, Killer Croc saying that.
Yes, you are Killer Croc.
Yeah, you're just like, damn, dude. You just fucking just owning the room, you know.
And you know what? He is beautiful in that moment.
Beautiful. Yeah. You know, but one of the most attractive women that I know. You know what she's into? Fat guys. She's into chubby guys.
Yeah, no, same. I get it.
You know, it's one of those things. Like, no, she doesn't want like the skinny elf boy or the muscle buildy dude. You know, she wants the doughy guy. You know, and
yes,
there you go. There you go. So you gotta learn how to love and respect yourself for who you are, and don't believe stupid shit like the end of the world. It's not that the end of the world won't happen. It's that there's no point worrying about it.
There's nothing you can do about it.
Nothing you can do about it. The end of the world, nothing you can do.
Just hope and pray that you're dead before it happens. That's about it. I mean, to be fair, once it happens, if you're still alive, you won't be for much longer. So, again, it's still nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
You know what I think about often whenever like people talk about like doomsday prepping and all that kind of shit. Do you know what I think about?
What?
I think about the fact that human beings, upon expiring, tend to void their bowels. And it tends to be a very loud, messy affair. Which means that the very last thing that the very last human to live will ever do is to shit their britches in the most noisy expulsion possible. Which means the entire human race is a lead up to the punchline of a fart joke. And I think that's fucking hilarious.
That is fucking hilarious. That is fucking hilarious.
That's fucking hilarious. And once you think about that enough, it's like, nah, fuck it.
Yeah. Like, what you gonna do? What are you gonna do about that? Nothing, I guess. Oh, man.
But at the same time, right? It's like one of those things of like, oh, wait. That means there's no reason to really hyper fret about it. But there's all the reason in the world to try to like be as kind as you can to both yourself and other people. Because if it's all gonna go out on a wet fart literally anyway, why not make it an enjoyable one while we're here? It really and that's my divine message, children. Go forth and preach what I have said here today.
Man.
That's my frequency of the divine radio.
Oh my.
Oh, life is grand.
Yeah, life is good. Life is grand. Man.
Oh, we had put a pin in something.
We had put a pin in it. It was about the Holy Grail.
Right. Maybe not the Holy Grail specifically, but symbolically the concept of a grail or a chalice. First of all, I've been a very pious sinner because I've done the Dark Lord's work this eve, which was I showed someone who had never seen The Witch. I showed it to them.
Oh,
They had seen Nosferatu, wanted to see The Lighthouse, but had not seen The Witch. And I was like, oh, you've never seen his his premiere feature length? You've never seen? Oh, sit the fuck down. We have shit to do. Do you know how satisfying it is to have someone next to you be so into the film that they're quiet the whole fucking time? And then the moment where she turns around to leave back towards the house because she thinks that, oh, the goat doesn't fucking understand me. And then he goes, what does thou want? And the person sitting next to me audibly and out loud goes, oh, holy shit! and you lean in and you go, what's wrong, buddy? Were you not I wasn't expecting that to work. I'm just like, that's the joy. You don't know if any of this is real until the end. It's great. But something I had noticed, you know how we go with the I know you and I go with essentially the same interpretation of this film, which is no, you all were judged for you were hypocrites and denied the devil.
Yes.
And the Lord of the
You had
earth
all made a deal with the devil and tried to get out of it.
And the Lord of the earth was displeased by this.
Yes.
Something that...
And even the one that gets out with his soul loses his life.
He can't win.
Yeah.
He can't fucking win. I mean, you know...
Oh, you may keep your soul, but you lose your life! You know, like,
But something that adds to this that I hadn't... You know, like sometimes you rewatch a movie enough times, you start picking up on smaller things.
Yes.
That you didn't see before. I never noticed that the silver cup had come back.
Oh.
I never noticed that. And the minute that I saw that, you know, before she turns around and sees like her sons again, like when that's there on the barrel and it kind of like makes that chime noise, I looked at it, I was like, oh no, okay, why would he have that if the trapper wasn't the devil in disguise? That's how he got the fucking cup.
Yeah, that's how he got the cup, because his father had made a deal with him.
It's like, well, it could just be an illusion of the cup. No, this is a folk tale. When it comes to physical, symbolic objects, the devil has to physically get it, because that's how folk tales work. It's like, that sounds convoluted. It is!
It is convoluted. Oh, man.
Oh, it's so beautiful. It was a beautiful moment. I felt I was like, yes, I have done righteous work this evening. But it was so great because that happens and he turns to me and goes like, wait, so were those kids actually fucking talking to that goat that whole time? And I'm like, yes.
Yes. Yep.
Yes, they were. It's like, wait, so were they... I'm like, didn't you notice that the way the conversation happens when they're sealed in the goat shed is, are you really witches? Does father think I am? Are you? No. The only one who denies that she's a witch is Thomason. The twins never answer that question.
Yeah.
Nor do they answer the question, does he really speak to me? Of course he's actually doing it. They're not gonna say that out loud.
Yeah. Oh, man.
I've made it. Right? Also, I've made a decision. I've decided I need to start becoming friends with the local crows in my area.
Oh, I agree. This is a worthwhile endeavor.
So I've purchased 2 items that are being shipped to my home as we speak. One of which is a crow call whistle.
I didn't know there was such a thing.
Yes, because unfortunately, because white men will shoot anything, there are crow calls for like for hunters and for exterminatory purposes. But you can just buy one, and I bought one. It was only $7. Um, so I bought one of these, and I'm also buying that's in the mail coming is a 5 pound bag of unsalted peanuts.
Yes.
Yes. So I'm going I'm going to try.
Going in.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. It'll freak the cat out if it works, but it'll be funny. I want to be that house, Jack. I want to be that. I want to be that house where people go, "Oh, don't go to that weird little fuck house over there. Don't go there." It's like, why? Weird shit. There's fires and drums in the backyard in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
There's fucking crows everywhere. It's feeding them. It's fucked up.
Oh man. No. I think I just realized something that I would do if I had the money for it. There used to be a goth club in the area called the Shrine of Lilith. I think I would reopen that.
That would be I mean, you could always make a petition to her that if she aids you in your endeavors for prosperity, that you would do this.
I have not thought of that before.
Yeah, you know, it's kind of like how the reason that I know like Hecate gives me witchcraft is because every month I make a donation to a local food bank in her name. You know, it's you figure out what the god likes,
Right.
and you give it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. I will take this under consideration.
Mm-hmm.
Right. It's... Yeah. Meow. Meow.
Yeah, see?
See? So...
kind of like how I know what, if I had the money, I know what I would do. I would construct, and I mean this, I would construct a tiny black chapel, like a tiny painted black chapel with amber glass windows, and it would only be open at night. It would be open sundown to sunup, and there wouldn't be a pulpit. It would just be pews from all four. It would be like seating from all four directions, just facing towards the center. And the center would have the figure of a tree, and there would be fairy lights strung across the ceiling. A midnight blue ceiling with black interior walls. And I would call it the Chapel of Nocturnal Whispers. And I would not answer, and I would answer no questions about what it is for.
I like that name.
Thank
I like
you.
that name a lot.
Please don't take it. It's also in my.
I won't take it. It's yours.
Okay.
You know.
Because it's also going to be in the TTRPG that I'm writing. So please don't take that. But yeah, no. I would do this. I would just open a nocturnal meditative sacred space, and I would. It's like, I don't understand. What group is this affiliated with? Shh.
Quiet. Simply accept.
You must whisper.
You must whisper. Only then will decide. Yeah.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's why I would. Basically, it's goth Quakers. It's basically being a gothic Quaker. That's essentially what this is. And if we really think about it, I feel the world could use that.
Oh man. Oh, speaking of things we need, I might actually have to. I don't want to end the conversation, but I might need to. On the basis of I'm feeling the vape. I'm feeling faint.
How dare you be a human being
I
who
know, a
has
human
needs?
being who has like physical needs, especially as I get older. Uncle Jack will take a little nappy nap.
Naps are fucking great.
Dude. Yes. So
Do you have one of the elevating leg pillows?
no. I don't. But
Do you know of these?
No, but I sometimes when I sleep on the couch, I always have my feet up. So
There are these. I have one.
I
it's
know
sitting
what
over-
they are.
Yeah.
I had one, never used it.
Oh, they're great.
Yeah, I'm sure they are. It's just one of those things that was like, why do I never use this? I should use it. And then enough times of doing that, I went, I should just get rid of this. I'm not using it. Know what I mean?
I do, but it feels so great in the morning. It feels so great to like get off of that in the morning because it's just like oh, the blood was able to flow correctly.
Yeah.
I feel great.
I toss and turn in my sleep. You know.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So it's a little harder for me.
It also helps prevent varicose veins.
Oh, neat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because part of the reason that happens is that
it's because everything is collecting in your legs and
yes, it's why it happens more quickly to people who work laborious jobs.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense.
So that's your tip, everybody. Get one of those triangle leg pillows. It'll save the veins of your legs.
So I want to just remind everybody, don't try to prove masculinity. It's ridiculous.
You are your masculinity.
You are your masculinity. It's okay.
You are your femininity. You are what you are.
Yeah.
You're the qualities of yourself do not exist outside of yourself.
Yeah. That is it. And the path of self-acceptance, which takes a lot of weird forms, a lot of strange forms. Be one of those strange things, because we got way too much normal going on right now. And I don't think it's good for people.
Become the local folklore.
Yes. So until next time, Ave Satanas, Disco Inferno. Remember, Satan and I love y'all very much. And hail Satan.
Praise the dark